Hello everyone and welcome to another timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Sneak and Show in timeless format. So we're nearing Modern Horizon 3 around the corner, and I still haven't seen anybody try this yet. And what I mean by that is you counter a card and trying to ramp into either the Show and Tell or Sneak attack the following turn. So we currently have an Izzet based mana here. We're splashing the green source ever so slightly so we can bring in some Veil of Summers, pick your poison, and whatnot. But the mana base is going to be primarily Izzet color, and that's because we also play 3 copies of Blood Moon, which you can also ramp into using the mana drain as well. So we got a lot of mana drain targets in this deck, which is kind of cool. And besides the 3 cards that quote-unquote win you the game, you also got Lauren Revealed and 3 copies of Dig Through Time that can also take advantage of the mana drain mana as well. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless Special 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay, that's a mulligan. And that's a keep. What should I do? What should I do? I feel like I should keep the double show and tell because this could very well be a Judd mid-range, right? Right. Okay, that sucks. That really sucks. But what can you do? Two cars in the yard. There's going to be 3 cars in the yard. Surprised they just hard casted that instead of playing something else. Okay. Playing the Thundering Falls first means that I get to save 1 card. I guess there's enough mana anyways to cast this one first. I don't have any Mystic Sanctuaries anyways, so... we gotta show and tell again. We want a lightning bolt. How are they so good at this game? How? Just like that, huh? How's my opponent so good at this game? Color me surprised.
Boo and I are ready to rumble! I don't like defeat. It's like eating troll.
And we can still win here if we just draw. Let's draw a sneak attack, shall we? Dig Through Time. Yes, please. Another one? So we have a sneak attack. We have a sneak attack. Let's say they create a 4/4 Boo. They still died to trample Worldspine Worm. The problem with getting the Worldspine Worm is that I'm not guaranteed to get a land with the sneak attack here, so I think I actually need to grab like this.
Come on, Boo! We're off on another thrilling adventure. Magic? We have muscle. Go big
Okay.
or actually go big. Just go big.
So creature to kill them. Bolt to kill them. And we'll just grab another land.
Well,
Killing the Minsk,
first round is on you,
so I
Bill.
don't die next turn. Goif. Okay, looks like this game is about to be over. I guess I have to play the Gristlebrand first, because in case of a Sheldre's Edict, since I do have a lethal with the World Spine Worm here. Wow. What a deck. Okay, let's have some Veil of Summer, shall we? Thinking something like this. Do I want to pick your poison? Just for Pitting Needle? But I have Show and Tell anyways. Maybe I'll have like a copy of a Pitting Needle for Theramix Skimbu. But I'm not sure. Should I cut a Gristlebrand? Let's just cut Spell Pierce. And let's cut maybe Unholy and an Omniscience. And maybe a Worm. Oh no, I forgot to cut the Blood Moons! Disaster. Tell me why I'm gonna keep this. Tell me why I'm gonna keep this. Yikes. Oh, Veil of Summer. That could get me there. Draw another land. Let's see it. Goif. Sorcery, sorcery. So, okay. I can't use my lightning bolt. Oh no. Well, this is not good. Nice. Now we can ride the back of a mana drain here. This spell cannot be countered. We still do this anyways, right? To get the mana drain value. Because if they name Sneak Attack, I can Show and Tell. If they name Show and Tell, I can play Sneak Attack. Vice versa. So I'm getting a free Show and Tell down. Okay. Okay, no fetch lands. Wow, that's actually really bad. I guess I can go Lauren Revealed still. So Lauren Revealed, Dig Through Time, Land, Omniscience. I guess I can just go Lauren Revealed here. What should I do? Should I go Dig Through Time right now or Lauren Revealed? Wait a minute. Show and Tell. Land. Rating Pool. And we'll discard you. So we get an Omniscience down next turn. Okay, so they're probably gonna name Show and Tell now. Right? They played 2 Slaughter games? That's crazy. Whatever. We do have a Veil of Summer and Lightning Bolt. Like, they're kind of dead next turn. Or not? Does this not work? Is this considered a black spell? I wonder. Let me see. Doesn't work. Okay, my opponent seemingly actually pulled it off. They actually pulled it off. Wow. All it took was double Slaughter games into a Terra Sunder. Yeah, I would say that was kind of nuts. I keep forgetting to Cyborg Blood Moon out. I am dying right now. And now we get punished for... I mean, I wouldn't have kept that hand no matter what, because there's only 2 playable cards there, but now we mulligan into nothing. Dear Lord. Doesn't quite work the way I want it to, because we have tap lands and a fetch land, so it doesn't really work the way I want it to. So this is not good. Dig Through Time? Yep, that's actually perfect when they just casted like bunch of those spells. Would have been perfect if we actually had a non-fetch land there. Then we could have actually cast the sneak attack after mana draining my opponent there. Then we would have actually won the game there. It's a bit unfortunate. Just the... Thoughtseize, Kozilek, you know? It's actually unreal. Veil of Summer. Fable. Okay, there's 5 cars in the yard. Blue, blue. Atroxa. My god, like... dig through time. Let's see. Do we need a land? I mean, we already have a dig through time. Unholy Heat. I guess another Atroxa? So I can actually flash in Atroxa with the sneak attack on opponent's end step if I wanted to. Or I could use it in response to their slaughter games. Maybe I should have grabbed another Dig Through Time. The card is just nuts. There's the questing druid. There's that jar soul. They have a Thoughtseize there. They do have a Thoughtseize there. So let's crack this. Steam Vent. So I have some choices. They went with... Wait, they went with Inquisition. Oh, they can't use Thoughtseize. I'm stupid. Because they're at 2. Okay, this was a really weird game. I'm not gonna lie. I was tilted after the first game because I still had Blood Moon in the sideboard. And I got tilted in the second game when we got Slaughter Games twice into getting our creature exiled with the kicker cost of a green mana card. And in the last game, I still had Blood Moon after that, so... Well, 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 we have a Show and Tell and Sneak Attack sitting in my hand. Is this perhaps... What is this? At a glance, it feels like it's Zoo. I think we keep that because we have sneak attacks, right? Okay, we also keep that. Yeah, it seems like it's a Zoo deck. NT. No counter spells. Let's just jam this Show and Tell, even though it could be a ley line. It's still pretty good value, you know, it's 3 mana. Also, they're kind of tapped out anyway, so... Omniscience? Bolt? Land? Atroxa or Worm? I think I should go with the Worm here. Gotta discard 1. Let's discard Omniscience. Okay, good. It's an initial bow. Okay, close game. Another breakout. Not good, obviously. We might be dead if they have like a burn spell. We are one off lethal. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. Wait, I didn't crack this last turn? Oh no. Oh my god. I really didn't crack it last turn? No way. No way I didn't crack that last turn. Okay, a little bit tilt coming in. Little bit of a tilt coming in here. I can't believe it. How did I not crack that? I don't know. What is going on today? Why am I not focused? Mulligan. That is a keep. It is a slow one though. I bought him the Omniscience, right? Where's my Blood Moon? Where is my Blood Moon? That's pretty good. That's a bit random also. Strict Proctor, really? Yeah, that is a bit random, isn't it? Stubborn Denial. Yeah, we have a back of Aatroxa. And a Worm. Should I just show and tell? Probably not. I mean, I win next turn anyways. And currently they can't crack one of their lands. Maybe next game we'll have a Blood Moon. Ooh, we have a pick their poison. They just found this Leyline Binding, so hopefully this one sticks. Good thing I didn't show and tell there. Okay, guess we just go again. We need a fat mana drain. Speaking of mana drain. Speaking of mana drain. Nice. Because we might need a green source with this. Nice. Super nice. Lightning bolt. I feel like you saved the lightning bolt. Like, do you really need to use your burn spells there? Right? A bowmaster. How much do we care about a bowmaster? I feel like I care about Kavus more than anything, honestly. It's 2 damage a turn. Yeah, I think I have to let this pass. There's more important cards to worry about. There's only 1 card in the yard. Another mana drain. That is a lot of mana drain. Please play something. Thank you. Okay. So we got 6 mana. Blue, blue. Probably do it like that. They have a binding for sure, it seems. Blood Moon and Lightning Bolt. Or Blood Moon and Show and Tell. I could even go Show and Tell and Omniscience. I could go Blood Moon, Show and Tell. Because this way, they can't binding this turn, and they have to take a whole turn binding next turn. I feel like that's like super good here. So now we show and tell. Now we show and tell. So they're still color screwed, right? And then we go with sneak attack next turn into an Atroxa. Oh, they have another Leyline Binding. Seems like that's what they're trying to do. I have a plan, though. Let's just have a mana drain up, you know? I think they have a Leyline Binding 100%, by the way. GG's. I think that's over. I wonder if I could have actually won the first game, too. Oh, baby. Show and tell him to omniscience this game. Does kind of depend on what they're playing though. Is this an Omnito? Archmage Charm. They bottom it. Yeah, I do wonder what they're playing actually. They're playing Archmage Charm. They don't have a companion. Which is a bit strange. Blood Moons? Maybe I should just start jamming Blood Moons. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of screwed at the moment, so let's just start jamming Blood Moons into a show and tell. And eventually, they're probably gonna run out of counter spells. Also, they just countered with the Archmage Charm. This is actually a super good information, by the way, because they used an Archmage Charm instead of a 2-mana counter spell. That probably means either they don't have a counter spell or they're sitting on another Archmage Charm. Cling to Dust. If it's a Drown in the Log, they can't counter this. Okay, apparently if I just show and tell, we could have actually survived there. Which is kind of weird. Since we only have one card in the graveyard also, we can probably just jam show and tell next turn if there's no double blue. You know, Blood Moon actually kind of fire. No way, right? Wow. They actually had something. So if we want to sneak attack next turn, let's just do... I don't think they're going to be countering anything anytime soon. Wow. I think we won. Oh yeah, you can't counter on Otawara. What am I doing? Let's do it like that. They're trying to answer this Blood Moon anyway, so... Okay. Dig. I could probably win here. Honestly, Blood Moon was actually so good. The opponent's playing the just the usual control deck. They're really trying to stay alive no matter what. Draw 7. Short. Triple lightning bolt. Draw 7. Okay, GG's. So, Ashiok is coming in for sure. I also want a copy of the Oko. We don't want these clunky cards. Veil of Summer, right? I wonder how much I care about an Orcish Bowmaster. I think I'm just going to cut a copy of a Blood Moon. I don't think we need these, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think it's gonna catch them off guard again, but it might still be good in denying some counterspell mana. Because like they might let it go after seeing like them having like 2 blue sources, right? Alright. Okay, we have a Spell Pierce. Pretty good. Into a Misty Rainforest. Northern Island. Here, I think I will just play the Scalding Tarn and pass. If it's a Bowmaster, I'll Brainstorm. I think I have to let this go because I have a Spell Pierce for potential Show and Tell. Even though it's kind of tempting to do it on the Brainstorm. I think I will Brainstorm here. So currently we don't want these right now. Into another Brainstorm. This is making me... I mean, we have a mana drain. Opponent, you're really tempting me here. Yeah, I think I'm going to Spell Pierce this now. You have piqued my interest. And I get punished for using the Spell Pierce. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now we draw a Show and Tell? Are you kidding me? No shot, man. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. I don't know. 5 in the yard. Link to Dust. Another Brainstorm. Does it really matter if I... Because I feel like if I mana drain this, they get a Mystic Sanctuary. If they have another Mystic Sanctuary, that is. This might be a throw, but it's only bad if they have multiple Mystic Sanctuaries in their deck. We'll see. Because I kind of need this mana to play Show and Tell and mana drain in a single turn. Yeah, also, it's not even that great if they Mystic Sanctuary here, right? Because if they Mystic Sanctuary, also like still not respecting a Blood Moon. Like what is this? Like not even a singular island. I gotta play around Mystical Dispute, right? Imagine if I still had a Spell Pierce here, by the way. I would have just won the game. Oh my god, we're actually gonna lose because of that Spell Pierce. Disaster. Oh? Hello. Nice, we won. Enchantment, Creature, Instant Speed, Sorcery, Planeswalker. Just, how many was that? Blood Moon, some matchups, insane, but other matchups, really bad. So if you're to try this deck out, maybe it's actually better in best of 1, but in best of 3, you could probably put this in the sideboard and play something else. Maybe even play a copy of an Oko or Ashiok, or even main deck Veil as well. But the matchups that were really good in were absolutely devastating. So we went 3-1. So the game that I lost will not go mentioned because I was kind of on one. I was kind of on one there. I was making tons of misplays, sequencing things wrong. I will say one thing though, Brainstorm is a really, really difficult card, especially if you try to pair it up with a mana drain mana. If you're expecting like an additional mana drain, the sequencing of what you want to top, especially if opponent has a bunch of Thoughtseize and whatnot, it can go pretty south if you like. It's a difference between winning or losing if you brainstorm wrong in this deck. So yeah. So how was mana drain? I think mana drain was pretty substantial. Getting colorless mana to cast Blood Moon, Show and Tell, Sneak Attack, Lore and Revealed, and Dig Through Time. It is quite substantial how much difference the mana drain can make in this deck. It's quite unfortunate. We actually don't have any Eldrazi's with Annihilator in Magic Arena. If we did have one, that would not only make mana drain a lot better, because you could technically ramp into an Eldrazi, right? Because they're usually colorless. And it would also make Sneak Attack a lot better. And it would just replace the Worldspine Worm in the slot. So, unfortunately, with Modern Horizon 3 coming out, I have looked at the Eldrazi's, and the Eldrazi's are, you know, not the most exciting cards I've ever seen, unless you cast it. So Show and Tell and Sneak Attack doesn't let you cast it, right? However, Mana Drain does let you cast it, so maybe there's gonna be another, like, different archetype, right? So yeah, I quite enjoyed the deck. To be fair, even though we're playing 4 copies of Scalding Tarn, the deck actually doesn't require you to play this card, because you could just play Flooded Strand instead. Because we actually don't have a singular mountain, just because we're trying to cast Mana Drain on curve. But let's say there's a lot of aggro decks and you really need a non-shock land, then you could, instead of an island here, you could have a mountain as well. In that case, Scalding Tarn is going to be a whole lot better. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I think this deck was pretty strong overall. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.